Alright, this is question 1 of assignment 4, where I need to toggle 4 LEDs using a timer. So first, I declare my pins. So for pins 1, 2, and 3, they're all in port A. So I use PA5, PA6, and PA1. And then due to some issues with the timer, which I'll explain later, I had to use port B6 for my 4th LED. And then for my initializer functions for the LEDs, they all look the same. I enable the clock, I set the motor to alternate function, and then in alternate function register, I clear my bits first, and then for the first LED, since it's timer 2 channel 1, that's an AF1, so then I set it to AF1, and then I set it as a push-pull. So pretty much same thing for LED 2, but instead, LED 2 is in timer 3 channel 1, which is an AF2, so when I set my bits in the AF register, I set it to 2. Same thing for LED 3, it's an AF2 for timer 5 channel 2, so then I set it to AF2. And then same thing for my 4th LED, which I believe this is timer 4 channel 1, which is an AF2 for PB6. And then for my timer initializer functions, so this is for the first LED, which uses timer 2 channel 1. I enable my clock first, and then I define the control register. So the direction bit, I set it to 0, which is gonna have it counting upwards. And then for my first LED, I have its frequency as half a hertz. And then after I did math with the clock being 4 megahertz, I got the prescaler to be 3,999, and then the ARR to be 1999. And then to set it to toggle mode, I have to use the capture control mode register. So first I clear the bits in that first line, and then here I use an OR the 2 bits here with 0 and 1. And this mask is pretty much, it just sees what channel, I think this is the output, yeah, this is the output compare mode. So since this is channel 1, I just have to set that to 1. And I ORed them, so that sets the mode to 0011, which is toggle mode. And then I need to use the enable register to enable the output for channel 1. And then I have to use the control register, and I have to set the enable bit to enable the counter. And then, so then I pretty much have to do the same thing for each of the different timers that I use, because I realized that you can't use the same timer even if it's in a different port, or if it's a different pin. So this is my second LED, this is PA5, I think, or PA6. This uses timer 3, so it's pretty much the same thing. Set the direction bit to 0. This one is 1 hertz, so the prescaler is 3,099 and the ARR is 99. And then the same thing, I set the mode to toggle. This is also in channel 1, so I was able to just use CMR1. And yeah, these all, the CCR, I was able to just keep to 0 because everything had to toggle at a different frequency, so they're all using different timers, so I was able to start them all at the same time. But I think if I had to, 2 LEDs toggling at the same frequency and they're using the same timer, for me, I would have to offset this to 500, so it'd start half a cycle later. But since they're all using different timers, different frequencies, I have these all set to 0. But yeah, same thing for TIM5 channel 2. For it to toggle at 2 hertz, the prescaler is 1999, ARR is 999, and it was the same thing. Enable the output for channel 2, enable the counter. And then I use timer 4, channel 1, so this is PB6, which is the same thing as the other ones. For it to toggle at a frequency of 4 hertz, the prescaler is 999, ARR is 999, and the same thing, set this to toggle, enable my enable register, the counter, and this is 0. And then I just called everything in main, and then it's already running, but let me reset it. So yeah, you can see that this is half a hertz, this is 1 hertz, this is 2 hertz, this is 4 hertz. Yeah.